If you're truly aiming for success, the first thing you must do is break the habit of watching what everyone else is doing. It's so easy to get caught up in their wins, their lifestyle, their progress, and then start wondering why you're not there yet. But every moment you spend looking outward is time taken away from building what's meant for you. The truth is, when you focus on others, you invite distraction. When you focus on yourself, you find direction. Everything starts to shift the moment you stop chasing someone else's path and start committing to your own. Success doesn't come through comparison. It comes through clarity, consistency, and doing the work that actually takes you forward. In the next few moments, I'll take you through the mindset changes that separate people who obsess over others from those who stay focused on themselves. You'll learn how to stop measuring yourself against others, how to ignore outside opinions, and how to train your mind to stay locked in on your own journey, even when the world around you is full of noise. Picture for a second that you're standing right in the middle of your own universe. Everything around you, your goals, your dreams, your achievements, begins from that center point. You. This isn't just a saying. It's a fact. Maybe the most powerful fact you'll ever realize. Your life will unfold in the exact way you command it to, if you first take control of it in your own mind. I've spent years studying the thoughts and habits of the most successful people, leaders, creators, thinkers, and pioneers. All of them, without fail, started their journey not with wealth, not with influence, but with a solid purpose and a strong, unshakable belief in what they could become. They each made a decision to take full control of their own destiny. Andrew Carnegie was one of those people. He was born in poverty, in a tiny one-room house in Scotland. When he arrived in America, he had no money, no important connections, and no formal education. But he had a fire in his mind, a vision so powerful that it couldn't be put out by the challenges around him. He understood something that many people never learn. The biggest barriers in life aren't the ones outside of us. They're the ones we accept inside our own thoughts. Carnegie didn't waste time sizing himself up against others. He didn't envy the success of those who had a head start. He didn't back down in front of those who seemed smarter or better connected. He turned inward. He studied his mind. He mastered his thinking. He directed all his energy, mental and physical, toward the future he saw for himself. He stood strong in the center of his world and shaped the world around him through the strength of his will. That's the message I want you to absorb. Stop looking around. Other people's success has nothing to do with your potential. Whether it's your co-workers getting ahead, your friends reaching milestones, or strangers winning awards, none of that is your measure. You're not here to live out someone else's goals. You're here to bring your own to life. Every time you compare your progress to someone else's, you hand over part of your power. You let your focus drift away from your own center. And once your focus leaves your inner space, your thinking becomes cloudy, your actions lose purpose, and your results become unpredictable. Can you see how dangerous that is? You've got to take back full control of your mind. You must believe, without any doubt, that your thoughts, your values, and your vision matter deeply. They matter more than opinions. They matter more than temporary results. They matter more than fear or hesitation. When you move from that place of belief, life doesn't happen to you. It begins to happen through you. Your thinking becomes sharp. Your purpose becomes clearer. Your actions begin to line up with your vision. And the world, mysterious as it is, starts to respond in ways you couldn't predict. Real change begins inside. All success first takes shape in the unseen world of thought. Before the tall building stands, the plan is made. Before the wealth is gained, the dream is imagined. Before a person becomes powerful, they learn how to control their thinking. So let me ask you, what is the picture you hold inside your mind? What dream burns so strong in your heart that you can't let it go? Don't ask whether your goal is realistic. Ask whether it truly belongs to you. Because if it's genuinely your dream, then you need to stop waiting for the right moment. You need to stop searching for signals. You need to stop comparing, overthinking, doubting. Take the reins of your mind. Claim your role as the director of your life. You are not here to copy. You are here to create. Keep this in mind. The greatest figures in history didn't rise by doing what others did. They rose because they followed their own voice. You have that same voice. It's still there. It's been waiting for you to trust it. Stand firm. Turn inward. And begin building the life that only you can create. You are the center of your universe. Don't ever forget that. Let's talk about the power of believing in yourself. If you look back through time, the ones who reached the highest levels, the ones who left a lasting impact, they all had one special trait. They believed in themselves with all their heart. This belief wasn't pride. It wasn't arrogance. It was a deep confidence. A strong inner knowing that their goal was worth chasing, no matter how hard, no matter how many setbacks, no matter how long it took. Think about Thomas Edison. He failed more than 10,000 times before he finally made the electric light bulb work. Most people would have quit. They would have said it's not worth it. They'd point to their struggle, their frustration, their exhaustion, and decide that maybe success just wasn't for them. But Edison wasn't like most people. He had something all high achievers must build, a belief in the value of his own ideas. Edison didn't compare himself to those who gave up early. He didn't ask why his journey was taking longer than someone else's. He knew something most never figure out. Failure isn't the end. It's just information. Every setback was a lesson. Every mistake brought him one step closer to getting it right. That's the mindset you need to develop. Inside you is a seed of greatness. It's waiting for you to believe in it, to act on it, to feed it with effort, discipline, and boldness. But more than anything, it's waiting for your belief. Belief isn't something extra. It's not only for a lucky few. It's the base of all success. Without belief, ideas stay as daydreams. Without belief, goals never get real. Without belief, your best talents go unused and your dreams fade into regret. Understand this. Fear and doubt are not signs you're failing. They're part of the path. Every great man or woman has walked through fear and uncertainty, but they kept going. They didn't let fear control the steering wheel. They didn't let doubt take charge. They built belief like a wall around their vision. They repeated their mission until it felt like truth. They stood strong for their dream, even when no one else could see it. So I ask you again, what do you believe about yourself? Do you believe you're capable of something greater? Do you believe your dream matters? Do you believe your work has meaning? That your vision is worth chasing? If the answer is yes, then live like it. Talk like someone who believes. Walk like someone who believes. Think, act, plan, and build like someone who knows that success is coming, because they won't stop until it does. Don't wait for the world to approve of you. That's a trap. The real approval starts with you. The moment you choose to believe in your own power, in your own path, in your own potential, you start drawing success to you. The people, the chances, the tools, the ideas, they all begin showing up. Not by luck, but because you made them come with your belief. This is the secret the great ones understood. Belief isn't a feeling. It's a decision, a choice you make over and over. And the more often you choose belief, the stronger you get, the more unstoppable you become. the more you begin to understand how powerful you really are. Believe in yourself. Not someday. Not when everything is perfect. But now. Because everything you want is waiting just beyond belief. Open that door. Step through it. And let the world witness the power of a focused and believing mind. Imagine moving through life without clear goals. It's like sailing across the ocean with no map, no compass. The winds shift, the waves carry you in random directions, and you respond to everything around you instead of choosing your way. That's how too many people live, reacting to life instead of leading it. But those who achieve something meaningful, those who leave legacies, they knew better. They followed one rule: define the destination. The destination is chosen long before the journey even starts. Walt Disney is a name recognized all around the world, a symbol of imagination and magic. But very few remember just how many times he was turned down before success found him. He was let go from a newspaper job for not being creative enough. He went through bankruptcy, was betrayed, and faced door after door being slammed shut. Yet, through it all, Mr. Disney held on to one thing with unwavering commitment: a clear vision. He knew exactly what he wanted to create. He saw it in his imagination long before anyone else thought it was possible, and that vision became his guide. That's the message. Clarity brings power. When you know exactly what you're aiming for, you focus the full strength of your mind in that direction. You begin to see the world differently. You notice the right opportunities, cut out distractions, and your energy follows your focus. A blurry dream leads to blurry results. But a clear goal, written down, looked at daily, and chased with real intent, becomes a force too strong to ignore. It becomes a personal agreement between you and the future you're trying to build. So ask yourself, where are you headed? That's not a question to answer lightly. It needs deep thought. It needs quiet moments and honest reflection. You need to become clear about what you truly want, not what others want for you, not what fear says is safe, but what you honestly desire deep within. Is it financial freedom? Mastery of a skill? Is it the freedom to live on your own terms, to contribute something meaningful, to leave a mark? Whatever it is, write it down. Don't let it float around as just a thought. Thoughts come and go. Written goals act like anchors. They remind you of who you are and where you're going. Look at them often. Speak them out loud. Let them burn so bright in your mind that no noise from the outside can put them out. Let every decision you make support your goal. If a choice brings you closer, follow it. If it takes you further away, walk away from it. With clarity comes direction. With direction comes focus. And with focus comes unstoppable drive. You start moving mountains, one step at a time. Don't fear the size of your dream. Fear not having one. The biggest tragedy is not aiming high and falling short. It's aiming too low and actually hitting it. People who succeed aren't lucky. They move with clear intent. They don't waste energy chasing 100 different things. They move like a river, steady, focused, unstoppable, because they know where they're headed. You must be the same. Define what you want. Make your goals specific. Make them something you can track. Make them so detailed that even in moments of confusion, you can read them and remember your direction. Let them guide you through uncertainty, bring structure to your chaos, give discipline to your habits, and clarity to your decisions. A person without goals is like a boat without a sail, pushed in every direction by the wind, vulnerable to every storm. But someone with a goal becomes a builder, a leader, the author of their own story. Clarity isn't something you're just given. It's a practice. You train it, strengthen it, Live by it. And one day you'll look back, not with disappointment, but with pride, because you knew where you were going. And you got there. Now think about resilience and the power of not giving up. When people hear the name Abraham Lincoln, they think of one of the most respected leaders ever. But before he became president, Mr. Lincoln lived a life filled with failure, rejection, and sadness. He lost many elections, failed in business, and experienced deep personal heartbreak. By normal standards, he should have given up. He had every reason to stop trying. But he didn't. Why? Because Mr. Lincoln understood something many forget. Failure doesn't define you, but persistence does. He didn't allow his setbacks to write his story. He saw each defeat not as the end, but as a twist in the road. He treated each failure as a lesson, a chance to grow, to get better, and to return stronger. That steady push forward, that stubborn refusal to quit, is what changed him from a man beaten down by life into a leader the world remembers forever. The same idea applies to you. The road to doing something great is never straight. It's not filled with comfort or ease. It's tough, unpredictable, and often harsh. But hidden in those challenges is a truth. Those difficulties are shaping the future version of you. When problems come up, and they will, you have two choices: give up or rise up. You can let the storm crush you, or you can let it shape your strength. The people who accomplish big things aren't the ones who avoid struggle. They're the ones who keep going despite it. Struggles don't mean you're going the wrong way. They mean you're on a path that matters. Every challenge teaches. Every loss sharpens you. Every fall builds your resilience. Resilience isn't something you're born with. It's something you create. It's formed in tough times, in moments where everything tells you to stop, but something inside you says, keep moving. And when you do keep moving, when you push through fear, doubt, and pain, something powerful happens. You grow, not just in what you can do, but in what you believe about yourself. You start realizing you are stronger than you thought. You begin to understand that pain passes, but progress stays. Think about the great names from history: Lincoln, Edison, Mandela, Roosevelt. They all walked through fire. They were all told they would never make it. They all failed many times. But they didn't stop. And because they kept going, they became more than just successful. They became examples of what happens when someone refuses to quit. So now it's your turn. Ask yourself, what will define you? Will it be the hard moments when things fell apart, when failure shook your confidence? Or will it be your answer to those moments? Will you rise like Lincoln and prove with your actions that no storm can? Defeat someone who refuses to be broken? Don't wish for life to be easy. Wish for the strength to live a meaningful life, a life with purpose, with impact, with lasting value. That kind of life asks for your strength. It needs your determination, and it rewards your unshakable belief in the path you're walking. Keep moving forward, step by step, challenge by challenge. Let the world bring whatever it will. You are not here to break. You are here to build, to grow, to rise. And when you look back, you won't regret the pain. You'll cherish it, because it was through the struggle that you uncovered your true strength. Resilience takes everyday people and turns them into remarkable achievers. Let it shape you into the legend you were meant to be. Let's also talk about the trap of comparison. The moment you start comparing yourself to someone else, you give away your power. You forget your own unique value. You lose sight of the vision that was meant just for you. A once clear path now becomes cloudy with doubt, distraction, and disappointment. Understand this clearly. Your journey is only yours. No one else has lived your life, fought your battles, or chased your dreams. So no one else's progress can ever define your value. Ray Kroc, the man who made McDonald's a global powerhouse, understood this well. When he found a small burger stand owned by the McDonald brothers, he didn't waste time comparing himself to others in business. He didn't ask if he could match their success. He wasn't focused on what others were doing. He was focused only on what he could build. He saw potential where others saw a simple fast food joint, and he chased that vision with laser focus. Mr. Kroc didn't get distracted by others. His eyes were fixed straight ahead. That's why he won. Comparison is a thief. It steals your joy. It clouds your thinking. It ruins your progress. When you judge yourself against others, you're playing a game you can't win. You only see their best moments, not their struggles. You see the result, not the road it took to get there. And in doing that, you forget that your own story is unfolding just as it should. When you obsess over someone else's timeline, you throw away your own. You step out of rhythm. You begin chasing goals that were never even yours. And eventually, you feel lost, not because you failed, but because you stopped being true to yourself. Your purpose isn't to beat others. Your purpose is to become your boldest, best, and most honest self. That version of you doesn't live in comparison. It lives in creation. It doesn't grow by watching others. It grows by looking inside. Measure your progress only by who you were yesterday. That's the only comparison that counts. Did you grow? Did you learn something? Did you get closer to your purpose? If yes, then you're winning, even if the world doesn't see it yet. Don't let jealousy pull you away from greatness. Don't let someone else's chapter 20 make you question your chapter 2. The road is long, and greatness often begins in quiet places, where no one's clapping and no one's watching. But if you keep building, keep improving, and keep believing, the results will come. Be patient with your journey. Be relentless in your commitment. One of the greatest examples of this truth is Helen Keller. She became blind and deaf before she was even 2 years old. Her world was full of silence and darkness, yet she never gave in. She didn't let her limitations define her. Driven by a deep desire to connect, to grow, and to give something back, she became a symbol of strength, bravery, and purpose. Helen Keller didn't just survive her circumstances. She succeeded in them. She became an author, a speaker, and a shining light for millions around the world. What helped her succeed was passion, a passion for learning, for expression, and for lifting others up, even when the odds were against her. That same power lives in you. You may not face the same obstacles, but you have your own, and to overcome them, to rise, to lead, you must unlock that same drive. If you want to create a life that feels meaningful, you have to find what sets your soul on fire. Ask yourself, what brings you to life? What kind of work could you do all day without noticing the time pass? What idea or cause fills you with energy, meaning, and direction? That is your passion. That is your mission. And once you uncover it, everything changes. Tasks that once felt boring now feel important. Long days no longer drain you, they charge you up. Challenges stop being problems and start feeling like puzzles to solve. You stop waiting for motivation because your purpose is already pushing you from within. You become focused, alive, unstoppable. Passion is what turns regular people into high achievers. It gives you the strength to keep going when others quit. It gives you the bravery to take big steps, to walk a lonely path, and to aim for things most would call impossible. But know this, passion isn't always something you suddenly find. It's something you must search for and choose. Sometimes it shouts. Other times it whispers. You may need to explore, to stumble, and to dig deep to uncover it. But when you do, hold on to it. Nurture it. Shape your life around it. And when the world tries to distract you or pull you in different directions, return to your passion. Let it be your guiding star. This is your source of power. Let your passion influence your choices. Let it help build your career, shape your relationships, and guide your contributions. Let it bring purpose to your work and joy to your daily life. The truth is, the people who go far aren't always the ones with the most tools. They're the ones with the strongest fire inside. That fire lets them keep going through what others run from. It drives them even when it doesn't make logical sense. It turns them into forces of nature. So don't settle for comfort or distractions. Don't hide from discomfort. Find your passion and pour everything you've got into it. Because when passion is your fuel, no dream is too big. With it, you won't just make it. You'll thrive. You'll inspire others. You'll lead. You'll live a full life. Let your passion pull you forward like a magnet. Let your heartbeat match the rhythm of something bigger than yourself. And as you go after your purpose with full heart, the world will notice, not because you wanted praise, but because your light will be too powerful to ignore. Your thoughts hold enormous power. Your mind is the most important tool you have. It doesn't just hold ideas. It builds your world. What you think about often is what you become. What you pay attention to is what you bring into your life. The outside world you see is a reflection of what's going on inside you. Norman Vincent Peale knew this well. Through his teachings, he helped people shift their inner stories, from fear and failure to strength and possibility. He spoke of positive thinking not as some dreamy idea, but as a real and powerful way to transform your life. By simply changing the way you think, you can break free from the trap of self-doubt. Positive thinking is not weak. It is strong. It is a way of living with purpose and strength. When you build a habit of thinking positively, your world starts to shift. Challenges stop looking like walls. They become steps upward. Mistakes turn into important lessons. Failure becomes a message, not a punishment. You stop asking, "Why me?" and start asking, "What can I learn from this?" That small change in thought opens the door to great strength. Because thoughts are not still. They move. They affect your words, your choices, your behavior, and finally, your results. A mind filled with negativity will always find a reason to give up. A mind grounded in positive thoughts will always find a path to keep going. When your thoughts are hopeful and strong, you draw in creative ideas. You become more resilient. You build faith in yourself. You attract others who match your energy. You find new doors opening, ones that would have stayed closed if your thoughts were ruled by fear. That doesn't mean life will be easy. Positive thinking doesn't mean you ignore the hard stuff. It means you face life's struggles with hope. It means you can walk through dark moments and still look for the light. You must treat your thoughts with care, like a skilled artist choosing just the right tools. Don't give space in your mind to fear, jealousy, or self-doubt. Those things don't belong where your dreams live. Start your days by setting a strong mental tone. Say affirmations. Picture yourself succeeding. Spend time with people, words, and actions that remind you of your goals. Protect your mind like a treasure, because that's what it is. When a negative thought comes, and it will, don't just accept it. Challenge it. Replace it with something stronger. Bring your focus back to what matters. Say to yourself, "This isn't the end of my story." Your inner world creates your outer world. If you want a better tomorrow, start by improving your thoughts today. See yourself as powerful, capable, and full of worth long before the world shows that back to you. Those who change the world are not the ones who had an easy path. They're the ones who believed they could change things, even when no one else did. Even when the odds were against them. You have that same strength inside you. Use it. Your thoughts are like bricks, and with them you are building something. Your life, your future, your legacy. Build it with belief. Build it with intention. Build it with hope. Because tomorrow belongs to those who believe in it. And when your belief is strong enough, the world will meet you halfway. Let your thoughts take you there. But thought alone isn't enough. Taking real action is what brings change. Dreams, no matter how beautiful, don't build success unless you act on them. The thing that separates those who only imagine from those who achieve is clear. They act. They take steps. They move, even when they're unsure. They decide quickly and take responsibility for what comes next. Through the years, the people who left a mark on history weren't always the smartest or the most skilled, but they were brave. While others waited, they stepped forward, and that step changed their future. Take Amelia Earhart, for example. She didn't just talk about flying, she flew. At a time when women were told not to dream of such things, she went ahead anyway. Her actions broke barriers and encouraged others. She didn't wait for permission, she made her move. And that choice made her unforgettable. You have dreams too. You've learned things. But knowledge means little without action. The world doesn't reward what you plan to do. It rewards what you actually do. Waiting too long gives fear a chance to grow. Doubt gets louder. Chances disappear. Momentum fades. The answer? Be decisive. Being decisive doesn't mean rushing or being careless. It means choosing with clarity and then moving, even when things aren't perfect, because they rarely are. If you keep waiting for everything to be just right, you might never start. But small steps matter. Every little action is part of something bigger. A single phone call, a bold choice, a hard conversation. These things add up. Make it your habit to act when you feel a push. Don't pause when inspired. Don't second-guess when opportunity knocks. Let action be your strength. Let it stop you from drifting or delaying your dreams. Your story is yours to write, but only action moves the pen forward. So choose with courage. Move with purpose. Even if you trip, at least you're still heading forward. Every step teaches you. Every choice makes you wiser. That's how you grow. That's how belief becomes real. The most successful people aren't the ones who never messed up. They're the ones who didn't quit. They kept acting, again and again. You weren't meant to live safely behind fear. You're here to live boldly. Let your life be shaped by action, not hesitation. Because in the end, you won't be remembered for what you planned. You'll be remembered for what you did. So take the first step. Embrace your path. Set high goals. Stay strong. Don't compare yourself to others. Stay flexible. Let your fire burn bright. Think positively. Act boldly. Your future is waiting for the move only you can make. You have the strength to shape your life. Now is the time to focus inward and build the extraordinary journey you're meant for. Are you ready? Your greatest moments are within reach. Take this chance and let your light shine in a way that moves and inspires others too.